Hello guys and welcome to round number 4 for this F1 2017 Championship. We are here in Russia for the Russian Grand Prix. It is Saturday qualifying and Barrichello, the man returning for this season with Ferrari, is on 2 out of 3 wins for the season. He'll be hoping to continue his form at the Russian Grand Prix. Another team we need to watch out for is the Haas team, getting an astonishing result in China, getting both cars into the top 10. They'll be hoping to continue their form, while Renault, their main rivals, seem to be struggling a bit, yet to score points this season. They'll be hoping to end that streak in Russia. But taking a look at the qualifying result, it is once again Lewis Hamilton on pole by almost half a second to Max Verstappen. Hamilton 4 out of 4 pole positions. Max Verstappen lines up on the second row of the grid and will start on the soft tyre once again. Sebastian Vettel getting the better of his teammate in 3rd place with Nico Rosberg in 4th. Valtteri Bottas lines up in 5th with Rubens Barrichello in 6th place. Felipe Massa in 7th with Daniel Ricciardo for the 2nd race in a row. Disappointing in qualifying. Over a second slower than Lewis Hamilton. Then we have the former Red Bull driver of Daniel Kvyat in 9th place for his home Grand Prix. He'll be hoping to impress, with Esteban Gutierrez lining up in 10th place. So here we go guys, we are here in Russia for race day. And Lewis Hamilton once again putting it on pole position, 4 out of 4 poles this season. He'll be hoping to finally get that elusive race win. But let's take a look at the cars as they start their formation lap. So here we go, here's the pole sitter Lewis Hamilton. He'll be hoping for a faultless weekend. He's had a faultless weekend when it comes to qualifying, but in the race however, it really hasn't gone to plan, so he'll be hoping to take the win here. We also have Barrichello starting in 6th place, and he actually has smoke coming out of the back of his car. Is that an engine problem already? I really hope not. Will he make it to start the race? And here we go, the fan favourite Daniel Kvyat for his home race starting in 9th place. He is lining up on the grid, which means only one thing. It's race time. So here we go, on board Barrichello we have 3 lights, 4 lights, 5 lights. And it's lights out and away we go, and Bottas actually gets a decent start. Sebastian Vettel looks like he's dropped back, and Barrichello gets a jump on Bottas. Going up the inside of his teammate, is very close, got yellow flags behind. Has someone retired already? Yes, Carlos Sainz is out of the race, and the virtual safety car has been deployed as Barrichello dives up the inside of Rosberg. Has to give the position back. So already we've made it about 100 metres and there's already a virtual safety car. Barrichello moves himself up in the 4th though. Halfway through lap 1 and the virtual safety car is ending. Barrichello right onto the back of Rosberg. He'll be hoping to get past Rosberg as soon as possible. Looks like he's going to try on the outside. He'll have the inside line for the corner however. It's very close. Rosberg almost putting him in the wall. Verstappen is actually helping Barrichello out a bit. But can Barrichello make a move up the inside of Rosberg? I don't think he can. He's going to try and hold it around the outside as he head into sector 3. Is he going to get the traction? Rosberg looks like he has control of this and Barrichello has to fall back. But Barrichello looking quick on the super soft tyre. Coming on to lap 2 now. Down the long main straight. Barrichello in the slipstream of Rosberg. Surely he's going to make a move into turn 2. Look at the straight line speed difference. He darts to the inside and Barrichello easily making up the inside of Rosberg. However, the top 2 have pulled away a bit. Can Barrichello chase them down? Yes, he can. Onto lap 4 now. He is right to the back of Lewis Hamilton. Hamilton has lost the lead of the race, and it looks like he's going to lose 2nd place as Barrichello makes a move up the inside into turn 1. DRS to assist him. Is he going to make a move on Verstappen as well? Verstappen moves across on him and has contact and has damage to Barrichello's front wing. They're 3 wide as come down to sector 2. Hamilton on the outside, but I think Verstappen has the line. No, Hamilton has the line. He leads into sector 3. Can Barrichello, with the wing damage, go up the inside of Verstappen? Yes, he can. Into 2nd place, but you can see how slow and wide he has to go. Holding off Verstappen quite badly. Verstappen would be into the line into turn 4, but I think he's given it up. Barrichello into 2nd place. Hamilton takes the lead of the race, moving on to lap 5 now. Barrichello managing to stay with Hamilton with DRS and slipstream. He makes a move up the inside of Hamilton into turn 2. It doesn't look like that wing is affecting him too much with the help of slipstream, but he cuts the exit of turn 2. Coming into the 2nd DRS straight of lap 5 now. Barrichello just not able to pull a lead on Hamilton as of course he's got that front wing damage, and at this track, especially in sector 2, it's very difficult to make the corners. Hamilton makes a move on the outside as he comes into sector 3 and he retakes the lead of the race. He is actually looking very strong. He could take this win here. And you can see how much Barrichello is just struggling to make the corners. Even in sector 3, they may be slow corners, but you can see how much the wing is affecting him. And it looks like Hamilton is going to pull a gap now. Will Barrichello come into the pit? No, he does not by the looks of it. And coming on to lap 7, you can see the gap Hamilton has pulled, and it looks like Barrichello is going to make the decision to pit. What tyres is he going to go on to? Will he be able to make it to the end on the soft tyre? Tyre wear is really not high here, so he should be able to make it to the end. Coming into the pit, and this is really going to put him to the back of the grid. In fact, it might even put him down to last place. He comes into the pit, and he does fit the soft tyre, obviously having the front wing change. And you can see in the top left, he is dropping down the field rapidly. He's going to have to fight through the field if he wants to get points here. I think he has lost the win. And what position is he going to get out? It's going to be around 20th place. Obviously, we had that retirement of Carlos Sainz. But Barrichello is going to come out in 18th place, and he's going to have to really push for the rest of this race. On to lap 9 now. Barrichello is really pushing onto the back of Nasser. He can't get held up in this traffic. He needs to just get through it as quickly as possible. He makes a very aggressive move on Nasser, who gives him the space and I think just lets him through there. He knew the Ferrari was quicker. As he goes into the back of Palmer, I think he will have DRS down the straight. Haryanto is just ahead, so the man are actually having a very good race. Onto the back of Palmer now. He will have DRS, but he gets incredible traction out of the corner and looks like he's going to take Palmer even before the DRS. Now in the situation with Haryanto, is he going to make a move on the Manor driver? He goes to the outside as he enters sector 3. He goes clean around the outside, and you can see the pace difference. And Lewis Hamilton retires from the race with an engine problem. And the person that has just had no luck at all this season as the virtual safety car is deployed. That has really got to hurt the Mercedes driver, and that's 4 times he's had the win taken away from him. He'll be raging inside that cockpit. Unfortunately, we don't have a replay, but I can confirm it was an engine blowout. We've got a couple cars exiting the pit, and it's Daniel Kvyat all the way down in 13th place, so not a good start to the race. Will he get out ahead of the Ferrari? I don't think he will. Barrichello makes the move on the Toro Rosso, and he actually, does he have to give the place back? No, he doesn't. He goes up to 13th place thanks to the virtual safety car. And coming on to lap 10, we've got more cars in the pit. Magnussen comes into the pit, and a couple others ahead of him. Barrichello looking good for points, but the podium I think is out of the question. He's going to move into 9th place. Is there any more? No, he moves up in 9th place thanks to pit stops. So if he can keep up this pace, he should be able to get maybe a top 5. He's got Ricciardo and Massa battling ahead of him. He might be able to take advantage of this. He gets an incredible run out of turn 2. Is he going to make a move on these guys? He's going to look round the outside of turn 3. Is he going to take both of them? He takes Massa. Is he going to take the Red Bull as well? He's got the inside line for turn 4. Is Ricciardo going to hold on the outside? No, he's not. He gives him a position up into P7. A fantastic move from Barrichello. On to lap 11. Jenson Button peels off into the pit that promotes Barrichello to P6. Is Barrichello going to get any more positions thanks to pit stops? He sets the fastest lap of the race, and you can tell how much he is pushing. He's going to promote himself up into P4 with Sergio Perez still out on soft tyre. On to lap 14. Perez really trying to stretch these soft tyres to their limit. He is under pressure from the Ferrari driver. Barrichello with the DRS on the Force India. Is he going to make a move around the outside? It looks like. It looks like it's going to be an easy move. There's a little bit of contact, but Barrichello makes a move for the podium position. Nico Hülkenberg is in second, but quite far ahead. Perez is going to try and hold it up the inside, but he has to concede the position. Barrichello locks up, and now Daniel Ricciardo somehow is now challenging for 3rd place. Can he hold it on the outside as they go around sector 3? Is the Red Bull going to be able to pull it off? He'll obviously have the downforce, as that is the specialty for the Red Bull. With the inside line for that corner, and they're side by side as they come to the penultimate corner. Is Ricciardo going to make the move? He'll have the inside line. Barrichello trying to cut back as they go into the final corner. Who will have DRS here? I'm not actually too sure. But Barrichello makes a move up into P3. Who will have DRS? I think the Red Bull might. And I think he does, yeah. So the Ferrari up into P3, but Ricciardo with the DRS is going to try on the outside at turn 2. Is Perez going to get involved here? Barrichello looking strong on the brakes, actually goes straight on as he exits turn 2, and Ricciardo is going to take that position. He moves up into 3rd place. Is Perez going to try running outside at turn 4? He has to concede it, as with the lack of grip, he just has to concede that position. But Ricciardo makes a move for P3, and Barrichello has to settle for P4. On to lap 15 now. I think we've got some other cars in the pit. Ricciardo has really increased the gap on the Ferrari. Barrichello just not looking strong and just does not have the pace of this track. But now Vettel, his teammate, is making a move on the outside with the help of DRS. And Barrichello, maybe that engine problem on the formation lap we saw has really affected his engine now. He just does not have the straight line speed anymore. moving down to P5, and now he's going to try and make a move on his teammate. You can see how powerful the DRS is around this track. He's going to make a move up the inside. He locks up and forces his teammate wide. That's a very aggressive move for the Brazilian, but he makes it back up in the P4. Coming down the main straight, Barrichello is promoted to second place as Ricciardo takes the lead of the race thanks to pit stops. That is the end of the pit stop phase, so it's just a pure race to the end. Barrichello, can he hold back his teammate? He runs wide and actually comes back on track and loses the car. Almost going into the wall, but manages to save it. He drops down to P3 and Vettel takes second. Barrichello just not looking confident at this track. As he comes down the second DRS straight, he is under pressure from Valtteri Bottas now. Barrichello going to the outside for some reason, letting the Williams through. Barrichello just not having the pace, whether it's a problem with the car or just him. On the next lap, Barrichello is right behind Bottas, trying to take back that 4th place position. He'll have DRS, he'll have slipstream, he's got the straight line speed, goes to the outside. Can he hold it around the outside to come into sector 3? There's contact between the two cars. Barrichello going straight on as they head into sector 3, and that's going to cost him so much time. Narrowly missing the wall, but you can see he's dropped down to 6th place as Verstappen is promoted to 5th place. But coming on to lap 23. And that is really not what he wanted to hear. Barrichello is going to be low on power. And maybe that's why he's been dropping positions as he loses the back end and goes straight into the barrier. And that will be front wing damage once again. He drops down to 8th place now. And this race is just going from bad to worse for Barrichello. Low on engine power. And once again, having to make another pit stop. He's going to make the pit stop on super soft tyres. And at the end of lap 23, he decides not to make the pit stop. So he's going to try and hold on to that 8th position. You can see in the final 2 corners, he's just got no downforce whatsoever. He's going to try his best to hold on to 8th place, but it's going to be difficult for that Ferrari driver. And coming on to lap 24, just 1 lap later, he's under pressure from the McLaren of Fernando Alonso. He locks up and runs wide. Alonso going to try and take him around the outside maybe. He's going to try it, and Barrichello, without downforce, accidentally forces Alonso wide. He gives Alonso the position, but now he is under pressure from Sergio Perez once again. Will Barrichello even finish in the points here in Russia? It's not looking positive. He doesn't have the straight line speed thanks to his engine problem, and he doesn't have downforce in the corners. He should really make a pit stop. Perez now making a move around the outside as they head into sector 3. Is Perez going to be able to do it? It looks like Barrichello is going to hold him off for now, but I don't think he'll be able to hold back that Force India for long. And you can see how much Barrichello is struggling, running wide at pretty much every corner, locking the front. And he really should make a pit stop. I mean, at this stage, it looks like he's going to drop out the points. Perez right onto the back of him and should surely take him down the main straight. Unless Barrichello has DRS on Alonso, but I don't think he will. He looks like he's just losing too much time in the corners. And this is quite painful to watch. Barrichello just can't do anything in that Ferrari, and this is dropping down the field. Now Perez with the DRS and the slipstream makes a move around the outside. A little bit of contact, but Barrichello dropping to 10th place. Can Barrichello hold on to a single point here in Russia, or will he have to concede to Grosjean? Coming round turn 3 now, you can hear how much he has to lift off just to make the corner, how much time he is losing, and it's not looking good for the Ferrari driver. Locking up as he goes into turn 4, running incredibly wide, and here comes Grosjean. He takes the final point, and I think that is Barrichello out of points contention. And by the sounds of it, I think Barrichello is lifting off. I think he is conceding these positions, not being any trouble to the Renault as he almost takes him out. But you can see on his throttle map, he's not pushing at all, just letting these guys through. And that is the end of the race for Barrichello, unfortunately. He's going to come into the pit on lap 25 just for super softs, just to make it to the end of the race. But this race has just gone from bad to worse. As soon as he made that contact with Verstappen, it really hasn't got any better for the Ferrari driver. He comes in to change his wing and to fit the super soft tyres, and it looks like he's just going to go for fastest lap. Try and get something from this race, but it's disappointing to see. A brilliant start to the season for Barrichello. Hopefully he'll be able to make a comeback in Spain. But it looks like Barrichello is going to lose the lead in the drivers thanks to this race. And coming on to the final lap now, he's going to make a move on Haryanto, but it's a shame. He is going to come home in 15th place as long as he doesn't have an issue round the penultimate corner. Almost losing the back end, so commentator's curse there. But he comes around the penultimate corner and up to the final corner. A disappointing result for the Brazilian. He's going to come home in 15th place. He sets the fast lap of the race. but that is definitely a race to forget for Barrichello. Looking at the full race classifications then, Daniel Ricciardo takes the win by 1.8 seconds to Sebastian Vettel. Ricciardo 8th place to 1st. A brilliant drive after a disappointing qualifying result. He takes a maximum 25 points this race. Nico Rosberg takes the final step of the podium. Valtteri Bottas in 4th. Max Verstappen in 5th. Nico Hülkenberg takes 6th. Felipe Massa in 7th. Sergio Perez in 8th. Fernando Alonso 9th. And Romain Grosjean once again getting in the points for the Haas team. But let's take a look at what this has done to the drivers. It is incredibly close at the top. Nico Rosberg takes the lead on 58 points with Sebastian Vettel with 57 points. Rubens Barrichello drops to 3rd place with 56 points. Daniel Ricciardo sits in 4th on 50 points. Lewis Hamilton, not scoring this race, remains on 46 points and drops to 5th place. Max Verstappen remains 6th, Bottas in 7th. Sergio Perez 8th, Felipe Massa 9th, and Nico Hülkenberg moves up into the top 10 on 12 points. In the Constructors' Championship, there is no movement whatsoever. Ferrari remain in 1st place, Mercedes in 2nd, Red Bull 3rd, Williams getting some decent points and remain in 4th place, Force India in 5th, the Haas team adding to their tally and are now on 11 points, with McLaren on 7 points and Toro Rosso remaining on 4 points, with Manor, Renault and Sauber still yet to score in the 2017 season. But that is going to be it for this video, guys. If you did enjoy, remember to smash the like button and subscribe if you're new in here. Thank you guys for watching, and see ya.